What's up, everyone? It's Marion with Restoring Ghettos Forgotten, and I'm here today with a short conversational piece about letting go of the attachment but yet holding on to the desire. If you haven't done so already, please click and subscribe on my YouTube channel for more real talk and informative videos. So I'll just go right into it. There's something that I read last week that kind of rang loud and clear for me. And it said, release attachment to the outcome while continuing to hold the desire. This will ground you in yourself and reduce the anxiety associated with the attachment. You will be your authentic self, and that energy will flow through you. We always got to be cognitive of our energy and what type of energy we're possessing within ourselves, and what type of energy we're transmitting and touching other people with. So I always like to make sure my energy is clean and it's healthy. And so I'm constantly working on my inner self, my inner being, and making sure my thought processes are clear so that I can be the best version of myself. In doing so, sometimes I get caught up in other people's work, like some of the stuff that they need to do for themselves. I'm very loving, I'm very caring, and I think that I coddle people too much, and I'm trying to get beyond that. And so when I saw that, it rang loud and clear to myself, but it also let me know that sometimes I'm carrying a lot of other people's junk, and I am exhausted, and I'm not trying to do that any longer. So last week, I was fasting last week. I fasted 3 things. I won't mention what they were because we're really not supposed to share those things, but I did a fast, and I was praying like 3 times a day, and I was fasting because I want to hear a new word from God. I want to make sure I'm the best version of myself for the people around me, and myself, of course. And so that's what I was doing. And in doing so, in my prayer time with God, I'll ask him certain things. He doesn't answer right away, but then eventually I'll get that answer. And the answer that came up in my spirit was that sometimes I take on other people's work, like some of the stuff that they need to do for themselves. I'm getting in God's way. In essence, I can be an enabler to some people, and that's not a good thing, because they'll never really get their work done if they always have me catching them as they're falling. Sometimes people need to fall so that they can grow and evolve. And this is for people that I care and I love, like my family, maybe even my children and friends, and people that I really care for. I always want to cushion the blow, and God is telling me to get out of his way. And so at this point in my life, I have to get out the way, and I have to let people make their own choices, be who God created them to be, take their bumps and their bruises so that they can grow and evolve just like everybody else, just like I had to do, or I'm still doing for myself. I cannot begin to pick up their work as well. Then I'm overloaded, and I can't be the best version of myself for God and walk in my purpose and do the things I need to do for my family. I said all that because I want to encourage other people that feel like they've been given a loving and caring heart, and sometimes it feels like it's more of a I don't want to say the wrong term, but it feels like it's a good thing for us to have good loving hearts, but sometimes people like us, we get taken advantage of, and people just know what we're going to do. So I'm here to encourage people that, because there are, like, a lot of people that I connect myself with are like-minded, and they're just like me, and they're like, man, why do we do that? We're always doing for other people, and these people they begin to take us for granted, or they become entitled, and they think we're supposed to do these things, and once we say no, they treat us like we don't matter. And I have a guy friend that talks to me like that. And I said, I don't know. I guess that's just the heart that God has given us, but we do still have to use our wisdom. If we have knowledge and we have wisdom and understanding, then there's sometimes when God will say to us, no, don't touch it this time. Let them figure it out. Let them feel the brunt of their life's decisions and choices. Let them encounter their own circumstances. Get out of my way. And so that's what I go back and forth with my friends I'm like, we're stepping in the way of what God may be trying to work through these people, our brothers and our sisters, of course. And we just really need to continue to pray, encourage where we can encourage, but sometimes they need to feel the brunt of their own life choices. Well, many times than not. So this is meant to encourage people that are like-minded like me, that you're always stepping in maybe where you shouldn't, and I'm just encouraging you to step back sometimes. They're not, if they really belong to God, they're not gonna fail, but they may have some life lessons that they have to get through. They have to do their own work, as much as that may hurt us. Because I know me, I could see someone and I could see them hurting, and I know that they're not intentionally hurting themselves. I know it's because they may not be ready to actually get into their work and allow God to purge them and heal them and set them free. So they just they manage the best that they can. But whenever you've been through some of the work that they still need to do, you know that it's ever so present, and you know that they will never get to the place of high achievement like God want them to get to until they do their works, and we can't do their work for them. So this is to encourage people like us to step out of the way, get out of the way, and let people do their own work. I remember my grandmother, God rest her soul, she would always say to me, Marion, do not disfurnish yourself for other people. Disfurnishing yourself is not necessarily monetary. It's not necessarily giving something you don't have financially, but it could be you giving your effort and your time, and those people aren't giving their effort and their time back. So it's like they're draining you. They're taking all your goods and they're not replenishing. Whenever you ask for something, and it doesn't have to be monetary, everything's not about money, but whenever you ask for something and it's always a no, then you need to take inventory of that. Not that you need to say, okay, you won't do anything for me, I'm not doing anything for you. No, that's not it. You need to be in a right relationship with people that are just as giving as you are, and that can meet you halfway to what you need. So say, for instance, an example, one of my teenagers, hey, I need you to do this, that, and the third. I need you to really make sure you're doing this. If you don't do this, we're not going to be okay. But I'm doing my part. I'm providing. I'm taking care of. I am creating this crazy balancing act so you can have the things that you need and also some of the things that you desire. Now I need you to do your part. And then you're steady pouring into, we're pouring into our children or our friends or our relatives, and we're pouring in, but they're not pouring back. So you find yourself frustrated sometimes, you find yourself depleted and empty, and then you start to question, what is this goodness about? What is this hard work ethic about? What is this giving to other people really, really about? And that's because we are doing too much. We have to back up and start saying no so the people around us can actually get it. Because as long as we do it, they're not going to get it. They're going to feel entitled. They're going to feel like you're supposed to do these things, and they're not going to really appreciate you. So in that last week fast and a couple things that happened to me this week, I've decided that I'm going to back off and let people figure this stuff out for themselves. And at least until I see them doing their own work. When they start participating and doing their work, I got you. Like, there is no end to where I will go with the people that I care for or love. There's no end. But I'm stepping back and I'm saying, until I see them commit, say that they're going to do something and stick by it, I am done. I'm like, nope. Can you do this for me? Nope. Can you take me there? Nope. Can you? No, because I haven't seen any progress. I haven't seen any effort from you. I'm done. So they can take it however they want to take it, but we need to be at a certain point. We need to be done, so the people that we love, we can get out of God's way and allow God to take them through the processes that they need to be taken through, so that they can be a healthier state of being, and be the best versions of themselves. So that's what this message is about. It's not a long message. I just got my car washed, so I'm on my way back home, but I did want to put this message out because I wanted to get it out there. I thought it was extremely important because it's something that I'm going through, and I know I'm not the only one going through it, and I'm always sharing my life. And that's another thing I wanted to mention. I share a big part of my life, but there are some people that are part of my life that is very private, and I never mean to share anything personal about those people. So I pray that my messages, when they go out, they don't go out like I'm trying to put them on blast or tell their story. No one can tell your story but you. One day I just feel like I tell my story all the time, but that's what frees me. That's how God healed me. He told me to tell my story, right? And I just pray for the people that don't have the courage enough to tell their story, that one day they'll be able to, and they'll be set free, because that's what frees us. I remember I heard a message one Sunday, and I didn't agree with it, but it was this old religious preacher, and he said that we should I can't really remember verbatim what he said, but he said something of the sort that we should keep it a secret. Like when people hurt us or they do something to hurt us, that we shouldn't tell anybody. That's what he said. That is so not healing. If somebody wrongs you in a way that injure you in your soul, like it's a soul injury, like you have a spiritual soul injury because of what someone did to you, you have a right to tell your story, because that's what's freeing. It's healing, and it's also encouraging other people to help them heal. If you keep it inside, whatever remains covered will never heal, and then we'll get to this space to where it's not healed, we're not whole, we're not maturing, we're not growing, and then we realize, we see our lives, and we're in this space, and we're like, why haven't I risen above this yet? Because you're hiding things you need to release, and you need to confront, and you need to tell your story. And so I encourage people that are holding on to soul injuries, and I'm telling you now, this is coming from my heart. If you have a soul injury, brother or sister, you will never get to the space that God wants you to elevate to until you tell your story and you uncover that healed scar, to allow him to start manifesting healing over your life, over your psyche, over your soul, over your children, over your finances, over your home, over your health, over your mental state of being. You will never get to that full space until you tell your story, until you free yourself of all those secrets that are weighing you down, that are making you do things making you further hurt your soul by self-medicating in whatever way that may be. And it's not going to ever heal you. You're just going to do this downward spiral, downward. Ask me how I know, because I've been through it. And it's never going to heal you. You have to open up, tell your story, and allow God to come in and heal you. So I'm done, but I wanted to get that out. And this channel is always meant to encourage, empower, and bring about change thought patterns, because there's sometimes we do stuff subconsciously that we don't realize it's affecting our conscious thoughts as well, and it's affecting our lives. We actually manifest our thought processes. We don't understand it, but we do. Our thoughts and our words are extremely powerful, and that's why I say I'm always trying to make sure I'm cleaning my energy. When I go around energy drainers, I have to do spiritual baths. I have to pray. I have to sit in the sun and let God just wipe away whatever energy that's not clean, or that I've caught from somebody else just by touching them or just by being around them. Sometimes I have to ground myself. I have to put my bare feet on the ground so I can feel the earth beneath me and allow the vibrations of God to come in and cleanse me and ground me and free me of stuff that's not of Him. And I know religiously many people think we shouldn't do that. But if God created the earth and everything, the heaven and everything around us, why can't we reconnect back to the earth, to Him, to ground ourselves, to let go of energy that's not good for us? I don't see anything wrong with it. So every once in a while, I know when my energy is off, I cleanse it. And I ask God to cleanse it. And I seek my source, which is God. And He helps me clean my energy so that when I go up to someone that's hurting, I'm not going up to them full of anxiety or stress or anger or malice. I'm going up to them with a clean soul, a clean spirit, an open heart, so that God, the Holy Spirit, His supernatural power can speak through me and touch the people around me. That's why I say always make sure your energy is clean. I cannot go around people that are stagnant, that are complaining, that has no gratitude in their hearts. I cannot be around people like that. I can't. It's too draining. So, I hope that this channel encourages and empowers, and it helps provoke thought-changing ways of thinking, ways of keeping our energy clean so that we can become better versions of ourselves. So that's all it's about. And through the telling of my testimony, which I have, Ghettos Forgotten Daughters is the book. You can get that on www.ghettosforgottendaughters.com and order that book so you can you read my life story and understand how God can transform and change anyone. Doesn't matter where you came from, what you've been through. He is a deliverer. He is a redeemer, and His power lives in each and every one of His children. And so you need to make sure you're taking the time and digging deep in yourself and pulling out the power of God, because He's already pulled it. He's already put it inside of you. You have everything you need inside of you because God is within you and all around you. You don't have to ever walk in lack, only abundance, because God is abundant. And I speak nothing but abundance upon everybody that's watching this video, that you shall be blessed abundantly in every area of your life, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. That's what I speak over each and every one of you today. Be blessed. Always remember to love yourself. No, love God first, love yourself, and everyone else come after that. And never forget the golden rule. I won't even mention it, because if you don't know it, go and Google it and find out what the golden rule. Because I guarantee you, karma, if you don't believe in anything, you better believe in karma. And if you can put bad karma out there, make sure you put some good out there too, so you can get some good karma back. Okay, I'm done. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.